Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It is December 9th, 2024. We are in the Old Testament book of Isaiah. We're going to read chapter 38 today. The section about Hezekiah. Now, somewhere in here, let me see, about verse 6-ish, it talks about delivering the city from Assyria, which we just saw happen yesterday. So that tells us either this section happened before then or as part of that story. Again, not unheard of for biblical writers and writers of ancient histories and stories to do something like that, where we're going to take an idea and we're going to run it all the way to the end, and then we'll go back and get another idea and run it to the end, and then maybe go back and get another idea and run with that to the end, and then continue with the story. Whereas here in our 21st century, more used to, okay, well, here's an idea, here's an idea, here's an idea, and we're going to weave them together till we get to the end. That being the case, we're looking at Hezekiah, because in here he also prays. So this could have been one prayer that had two different elements that were being pulled out. But in this case, he's praying about his health, because he finds out that he's sick and he's going to die. And he prays and he says, God, if you would see fit to extend my days, that would be great. And God says, you know what, you prayed to me, I'm going to give you 15 more years. And Hezekiah is happy with that. And first time we saw that, we said that was kind of interesting, because God didn't promise that he's going to keep Judah safe. He just promises Hezekiah, all right, you'll have 15 more years because you prayed to me. And Hezekiah says, great, yippee. And doesn't really think about, well, what about my nation? What's going to happen to it? So a little bit of selfishness there on his part as a king. He should have prayed for his people as well. So we're kind of seeing a little bit about why, even though it looks like they're doing good, they still don't restore themselves completely to God's good grace and his mercies and his blessings. God holds back a little bit. Maybe saying, all right, well, maybe they'll come around, maybe they'll come around. Okay, they're not coming around. Time for the judgment to happen. Let's go ahead and we're going to read Isaiah chapter 38. In those days Hezekiah was sick and near death, and Isaiah the prophet, the son of Amoz, went to him and said to him, Thus says the Lord, set your house in order, for you shall die and not live. Then Hezekiah turned his face toward the wall, and he prayed to the Lord. And he said, Remember now, O Lord, I pray, how I have walked before you in truth and with a loyal heart, and have done what is good in your sight. And Hezekiah wept bitterly. And the word of the Lord came to Isaiah, saying, Go and tell Hezekiah, Thus says the Lord, the God of David your father, I have heard your prayer, I have seen your tears. Surely I will add to your days 15 years. I will deliver you in the city from the hand of the king of Assyria, and I will defend this city. And this is the sign to you from the Lord, that the Lord will do this thing which he has spoken. Behold, I will bring the shadow on the sundial, which has gone down with the sun on the sundial of Ahaz 10 degrees backward. So the sun returned 10 degrees on the dial by which it had gone down. This is the writing of Hezekiah, king of Judah, when he had been sick and had recovered from his sickness. I said in the prime of my life, I will go to the gates of Sheol. I am deprived of the remainder of my years. I said, I shall not see Yah, the Lord, in the land of the living. I shall observe man no more among the inhabitants of the world. My last span is gone, taken from me like a shepherd's tent. I have cut off my life like a weaver. He cuts me off from the loom. From day until night you make an end of me. I have considered until morning. Like a lion, so he breaks all my bones. From day until night you make an end of me. Like a crane or a swallow, so I chattered. I mourned like a dove. My eyes fail from looking upward. O Lord, I am oppressed. Undertake for me. What shall I say? He has both spoken to me, and he himself has done it. I shall walk carefully all my years. In the bitterness of my soul, O Lord, by these things men live, and in all these things is the life of my spirit. So you will restore me and make me live. Indeed, it was for my own peace that I had a great bitterness, but you have lovingly delivered my soul from the pit of corruption, for you have cast all my sins behind your back. For Sheol cannot thank you, death cannot praise you, those who go down to the pit cannot hope for your truth. The living man, he shall praise you as I do this day. The Father shall make known your truth to the children. The Lord was ready to save me, therefore we will sing my songs with stringed instruments all the days of our life in the house of the Lord. Now Isaiah had said, Let them take a lump of figs and apply it as a poultice on the boil, and he shall recover. And Hezekiah had said, What is the sign that I shall go up to the house of the Lord? So he's still looking for signs. Even though he had all that, he still wants to see a sign. May God bless reading his word. May God bless you. Bye.